Have you ever wondered what secrets a body frozen in ice for thousands of years might hold? High in the unforgiving peaks of the Alps, a man lay silently for centuries. But this is not the story of an ordinary lost mountaineer. This is the frozen witness of a murder committed 5,300 years ago. An arrow lodged in his shoulder, defensive wounds on his hands, and traces of other people's blood on his belongings. Who killed him, and why were they so cold-blooded? In this video, we won't just unravel the mystery of Ötzi the Iceman. We will also dive deep into the era when humanity left stone behind and first held metal in their hands. The Copper Age, a violent yet creative period in civilization. By the end of this video, when you see how a simple copper axe became the crucial piece of evidence in this murder, your perspective on history may completely change. Before we begin, subscribe to Human Stories and show your support by clicking the Thanks button below the video. What do you think was the reason behind Ötzi's death? Share your theories in the comments. Later, we'll explore the most compelling possibilities together.
There are periods in human history that remain in the shadows despite their importance. Between the agricultural revolution of the Neolithic era and the grand empires of the Bronze Age lies a transitional period, the Copper Age, scientifically known as the Chalcolithic Age. The name Copper Stone Age perfectly captures the spirit of this era. People still lived in the familiar, reliable world of stone, while simultaneously taking their first steps into the unknown, shining world of metal. Daily tools were still made of stone, but a group of bold pioneers had begun to experiment with fire and metal, ushering in a new age. This was not just a technological leap. Humans had acquired the ability to melt nature's materials and shape them according to their will. The pace of change was not the same everywhere. For example, this new technology appeared in the southern Levant around 4500 BCE, but it did not reach the British Isles until roughly 2500 BCE. Small sparks of innovation in different regions gradually combined into a roaring flame. Fire and earth, the first metallurgists. Archaeological digs in the Fertile Crescent reveal that humans first experimented with lead, then copper. Picture this, in the darkness of night, glowing embers in a simple pit. Ancestors brought copper ores from mountains and riverbeds, throwing them into the fire and listening to its crackle. Early attempts were fraught with failure. Controlling the heat of the fire was the biggest challenge. Perhaps by chance, they noticed on windy days that the fire burned hotter. Over time, they covered the pits with clay and left a small vent for wind, and primitive furnaces laid the foundation of metalworking. Later, bellows were invented to blow air into the fire, becoming an essential tool of metallurgy for millennia. With the copper they produced, life became easier. Axes for chopping wood or opening fields, more durable than stone and resharpenable when worn. But human nature being what it is, metal was soon used for war and power
as well. Whispers of stone giants. Even though humans discovered metal, they did not abandon the sacred grandeur of stone inherited from their ancestors. The massive stone structures of the Neolithic era, megaliths, continued to be built. One striking example is Rouge El Hiri, near the Sea of Galilee in modern Israel, also called the Wheel of Giants. Hundreds of stones arranged in circles, with inner walls resembling spokes leading to a central burial chamber. This sacred space honored the dead and allowed sky observations. The silent presence of these stones hints at the spiritual depth of ancient humans.
Europe's frozen secret, Ötzi. In 1991, high in the Alps, a frozen body shocked the scientific world. This was not a modern mountaineer. It was a Copper Age hunter who lived 5,300 years ago. Fully equipped with an arrow, bow, copper axe, dried meat, and leather garments, Ötzi was prepared for the harsh mountain conditions. Initially, it was believed he died from exposure to cold, but in 2001, new scans revealed the truth. An arrowhead embedded beneath his left shoulder had pierced a major artery. He had been murdered. Additionally, his hands and body bore defensive wounds. An analysis of his clothes and weapons found blood from 4 different individuals. Perhaps he had been attacked during a raid or tribal conflict. Perhaps he was a ritual sacrifice. The copper axe he carried marked him as a high-status leader. A changing world and the legacy of metal. During Ötzi's time, the wheel had been invented, trade routes opened, and agriculture advanced. Copper was more than just a metal. It was power flowing through culture and economy. Fields were plowed faster, the dead were buried in ceremonial rites, and graves were designed as symbols of wealth and status. Every new invention enhanced both human creativity and, inevitably, ambition. Conclusion: the legacy of a lost age. Compared to the tens of thousands of years of the Stone Age, the Copper Age lasted roughly 1,000 years. Yet it permanently changed the course of human history. Ötzi's frozen body shows the brutality of that era, while every pot and copper needle unearthed whispers of human creativity. They were the first brave pioneers to leave stone behind and hold metal in their hands. And the first steps they took laid the foundation for the modern world we live in today. See you in the shadows of the past. Subscribe to Huma Stories and like the video to support our journey.